Hi guys, my name's Adam and welcome to my new video. This one is gonna be just a quick look on Apple's latest iOS 13.4 update. Is there actually anything new and should you update to the 13.4 right away? Let's find out. Here we go. Apple has been really on fire with all these iOS 13 updates lately. It's not even spring and we're already on iOS 13.4. It's the earliest .4 release in the history of iOS, and we might even see the very first iOS 0.5 release later this year. iOS 13 did not have the smoothest rollout, but Apple really stepped up their game and worked hard to polish the software as much as possible. So right now, we're getting close to the latest iOS 13.4 release, which is supposed to bring another bunch of bug fixes and performance improvements. But this release includes some new features as well. What are those? Let's have a look. In iOS 13.4, Apple finally added one of the most anticipated features, and that's the iCloud file sharing. Apple introduced this feature at 2019 WWDC with the announcement of iOS 13, but unfortunately, this feature proved to be very hard to implement for Apple, so they removed it in one of the later iOS 13 betas. Now it's back, so the users of iOS, iPadOS and macOS can finally share their iCloud folders with other people. This will make an iCloud more similar to the advanced cloud sharing services that, for example, Google or Microsoft offers. With the release of iOS 13.4, Apple finally makes it possible for developers to bundle their iOS and macOS apps and sell them together. So it basically means that if you buy an app on the iPhone and this app is also available on the Mac, then you will be able to purchase an app on the iPhone and download it also on your Mac. Hopefully, a majority of developers will take advantage of this feature in the upcoming weeks and months, because it's really convenient for users. I remember many years ago when the first iPad came out, most of developers started releasing so-called HD versions of their apps and games, which were basically just the same versions of their iPhone apps, just adapted to the larger screen of the iPad. But you had to purchase them separately, which was very annoying. Thankfully, developers realized that this is not the best way to sell their apps, and soon they started to combine the iPhone and iPad versions. The next feature is not something that you can take advantage just yet, but it was discovered in the code of iOS 13.4 and watchOS 6.2 that Apple is developing a new API called Car Key, which would allow car makers to create their own apps which would seamlessly integrate to your wallet app, and then you could use your iPhone or Apple Watch as your car key to unlock and start your car. Of course, this will be only possible if your car has the NFC function. Another new feature was discovered in the Mail app. Apple redesigned the app in iOS 13, but with this redesign, a lot of users complained about the bad layout of the new toolbar at the bottom of the screen. In this toolbar, Apple really wasted a lot of space because you were only able to delete the message or toggle the reply screen. In iOS 13.4, they finally fixed this bad design, and you are now able to delete, move, flag, or toggle the reply screen. Very useful change for sure. In the code of iOS 13.4, it was also discovered that Apple is working on the new OS recovery function. What is that, you ask? Well, right now you are not able to reinstall the iOS on your device without hooking it up to your computer. Of course, you are able to reset it to the factory settings, but sometimes your iOS device doesn't boot up at all or is frozen and you can't reset it. Well, Apple knows that a lot of users are using their iOS devices as their only computers and they don't even own a PC or Mac. So it looks like they will be enabling the OS recovery feature that will allow you to basically reinstall your system without plugging it to a PC or Mac. This will be a huge step towards a post-PC era for sure, and for a lot of users this will solve a massive amount of problems. But we still don't know if Apple will introduce this feature with iOS 13.4, as it's more likely that they will be saving it for iOS 14. And of course, it wouldn't be a proper iOS update if Apple didn't add some new Memoji stickers. And they know it, so they're adding a bunch of them. Here you have some examples of the new ones. I personally only tried to make Memoji once when it came out, but for kids and more playful people, this will be a welcome addition. And how's my overall experience been with iOS 13.4 after using it for the last few weeks? Well, it's been great for me so far. I haven't found almost any bugs, I haven't had any crashes or freezes, and it's been a smooth experience for me. Apple really polished the system over the last few months, so I don't expect any major problems at this point of iOS 13 development. Everything is fast on my iPhone 11 and 11 Pro Max, and also on my 11-inch iPad Pro. I didn't test 13.4 on the older phones just yet, but I don't anticipate any problems. Battery life is also just fine, basically very similar to 13.3 and 13.3.1, which I didn't have any battery issues with. So I think 13.4 is ready to be released to public, and maybe at the time you're watching this video, it already is released. So you definitely don't have to be hesitant about the update, and you can install it on your iOS device right away. So that's it for today's video. What do you guys think about the 13.4 update? Did you install it, or are you waiting a couple of days or weeks? Let me know in the comment section, and give me a thumbs up if you like this video. Also subscribe if you'd like to watch more of my videos, it helps me a lot. Thank you guys for watching, and see you next time. Bye!